Hey everybody, welcome back to Shifting to Solids. Today we're going to be talking about the mirror tool, the 3D feature in Onshape. And I've been toying around with trying to show different ways to do these ideas and decided I wanted to kill two birds with one stone and show you guys the Toby website in this video as well, and showing you how to use the speed modeling challenges. So this will be a tutorial for how to use this tool, how to use the mirror tool, but also how to use Toby's website to get some practice, and we're going to use one of his practice models. So today we are going to be drawing this. It's called 24-12-03, a multi-light mount. And so how do you get there? I'm going to leave this up so you guys can take a screenshot of it. But if we go over to tootalltoby.com, you will see this is the website. Once you've created an account, you're going to come up here to play and learn, click the drop down, and we're going to click practice models. After that, you will see a whole bunch of models. Now I have the premium version. So some of these you'll see with Toby's little gold icon there. Those are all premium models. But if you look down, all these models down here are available. It's a pretty cool program to use. I catch myself practicing anytime I have a free time, trying to get better at doing these 3D CAD models. So today what we're going to be doing is this one right here. It's a tier 2, and we'll click into it. This is a premium model, but I'm using this as a kind of double dipping to show you guys how to use a program and as a tutorial video to go up on Toby's website. So you come in here and see, I'm actually holding the record for this one right now, so I think I'm going to do a speed run video later. First time I got this, I didn't actually film myself. I was in between classes or something, didn't have the whole setup going. So, but you can see where you rank amongst other people, and you'll see the fastest time. So I got it in 1:16, and someone behind me got a 1:35, so you can kind of see where everybody ranks. But if you want to try it, basically all you would do is click start drawing. Mine says try again, obviously, because I've already done it, and it'll bring you here. Once I click reveal drawing, it's going to reveal that drawing. But before we do that, let's kind of come up with a game plan, because we're going to actually draw this thing. So what I want to do is take a look here. And if you notice, we're talking about the mirror feature today. And anytime you see kind of a center line, Toby does a really good job about putting the CL and then SYM. It stands for center line of symmetry. So we'll see we have a center line of symmetry here, and we have a center line that goes across the middle. So essentially, I could draw this in one quadrant and then mirror it over. I think when I drew it, I drew half, and then mirrored it. I don't remember exactly how I did this. This was a couple months ago now. But a couple of things to look at when you look at these prints, for speed modeling, obviously, but just in general in industry, take a look at all the information that is being given to you. So if we take a look down here, first thing I always tell my students, and what you guys should be doing too, is we're going to look at our unit system. So our unit here is millimeters, grams, and seconds. So mmgs. Millimeters is what we need to type our dimensions in. Grams is how we check our weight. And S is seconds. That's how we're going to time. It's going to be made out of 1060 aluminum alloy with a density of 2,700 kilograms per cubic meter. It's a tier 2 complexity, and that's the name of it. So if you guys will follow along with me as we do this, I'm going to go back to Toby's. We'll go ahead and say reveal drawing. Now we're back in Onshape. So what we need to do, hopefully you have a copy of this. This is in millimeters. So first thing we're going to need to do is change our workspace units. I'm going to go millimeter and grams and say okay. We're going to start a sketch, shift and S, N to normalize, P to hide those planes. And I'm going to start a sketch on the top plane. Now what I want to do, I'm going to draw a construction line, is the way I decided to do it. Our part overall is 240 long, 240 millimeters. So I'm going to do, I could do 240 divided by 2, but I could also just type in that 120 if you know the math. Then I need to draw a line that isn't a construction line. to get ourselves a slot. So from the center to my outside, I'm going to go here. And I'm just going to give it, I didn't name it yet, didn't give it a measurement. So now I'm going to go slot, and I like to pick this feature. So now I'm going to double click and turn that into a 34 millimeter. But you'll notice by not attaching it and giving it a specific measurement, I can tell these two now to coincide with one another. And I can take here and use my trim tool to trim down. So now I have that outside slot. From here, I guess I could leave that line there if I wanted to. We're going to use that face to mirror. Now I'm going to draw. So essentially, if you look at our drawing, I'm only drawing from this center line over this way. Okay. So if we come back over here, I know from that center point, I need another line that comes out, and it looks like it says 48, center to center. And I need another slot. So I'm going to click the slot tool, select this, change that. Our outside one has a 16 millimeter slot. And if we select that again, new slot, I need one that is 7. So I have this stepped slot like so. And then over this way, I'm going to need another line that is 6. So we'll just put it over here. 6, center to center. We'll do a slot tool again. Change that one to a 10-inch slot, or 10 millimeter slot. Sorry about that. I work in inches all the time. And that center of that needs to be 24 away from that wall. So now I can just go here, Shift E. I need it to be, if we look, 9 millimeters tall. However, I want to make sure that I have this piece included. And to save us some time, I'm going to flop back that way. Say OK. Turn my sketch back on. I'm going to select here, extrude, but this time I'm going to go down. It needs to be 6, so I'll change this to 6. Say remove, OK. And now I have my piece drawn. So now I can use my mirror tool. So I'm just going to click mirror, and you'll see I'm going to mirror my part. So I click the part, mirror that plane across this plane, and I have my piece like so. Now I would come up and try to get my materials. So if you don't have the custom feature, you would click assign material. You would have to go to your custom Toby library, and we need to make it out of aluminum. We'll say OK. And come down here to my weight. My part mass is 148.062. We'll switch back over to Toby. 146. Is that what I said? Control 1, 148.062. 148.062. And there we got it. So obviously talking through it took me a little bit longer in explaining it, but I still have that time of 1:16. So I'm going to try to go back and do a speed run time. So I would click submit if I wanted that time, but I do not want that to post. So this is how you use Toby's feature. Now, I know I went a little quick on that, so we can analyze these a little bit more. Let's go back to Onshape. Let's close out of that. The way to use the mirror tool, the way we did it, we did part mirror. Okay. Now that's really, really cool. However, we also could have done, you click this drop down, you can do feature mirror and face mirror. So depending on what you're wanting to do, just like we did on our pattern tools before, let me shut this sketch off. Let's say that I had a circle drawn on this top plane. So maybe I did from up here I had a circle that was 2.5 millimeters, okay? And I wanted to mirror that hole over here. We're used to using the mirror line, the mirror in the 2D feature. I can use this, but I want to use my 3D feature. So what I'm going to do now is say, okay, I'm going to extrude that hole that we just talked about. Let's do a through all, remove, and you'll see I have that hole, right? Well, now when I go to the mirror tool up here, entities to mirror, instead of doing part, if I go to feature, I can mirror that extrude, and I can mirror it over. Let's turn my planes back on. I can do it over a couple of different things. So let's say I want to mirror it over this plane. You'll see it now pops up down there, but I could also mirror it over this plane, okay? And we'll say okay. So now I have that hole on that other side. Personally, I would draw it once and then mirror the whole body. So like if Toby had a hole like that, I would have it before I did the full part mirror. But if I needed it to be on the bottom down here, I could change my plane to go over, mirror over the front plane. Mirroring it over the top plane wouldn't do anything because it's a through hole. But if we were doing, let's say, actually, let's change it to the top. We'll mirror over the top. But if we go back to my extrude and we make it a blind, maybe it only goes 2 millimeters. We can see that it gets thrown there. I guess I'd have to do some symmetrical. But I could mirror it over that face like so. So go in here, feature mirror. I can also use, instead of using a mirror plane, I can use a mate connector. So I can click select mate connector. Maybe I want to mirror it about this line right here. Or maybe I want to mirror it about that line. You can come up with whatever you need to do to show that. But as far as face mirror, I can take, let's draw another hole. Let's get rid of that mirror, delete. I'm going to draw another sketch, and I'm going to mirror it from this face. So I'm going to draw a sketch on this face. We'll just draw a little rectangle on here, and I'm going to mirror it, remove that, boom. So I could do mirror, face mirror, and I could create some faces. So I could select this face to mirror over this plane. So if you're doing some surfacing and maybe you deleted that face like so, I could, it's all as a solid, so it's not going to like that. But if I were to delete that surface doing surfacing, and then I wanted to bring that other surface back over after I've manipulated some geometry, I could do that. But to show this feature mirror one more time, I'm going to mirror my feature. Feature I want to mirror is that extrude number 4, and I'm going to mirror it. And this is what's cool. I could mirror it over, it doesn't have to necessarily be your planes. I could mirror it over this wall right here. I could pick something like that, and you'll see it'll mirror. And it's not a perfect mirror, but that's my now center line. And if it gives you this red issue, this red dialog, go ahead and just click reapply features, and you'll see now that it's cut all the way through. And it'll work like so. So that's how you use that. I know it's kind of out there when it came to this part, but I wanted to show you guys how to use that Toby feature. If we go back over to his website, again, if you look at all these practice models, there are so many things you can do. And the Too Tall Toby community is so great. There's a Discord. There's people that are more than willing to help. I'm one of those people. We're making these tutorials and posting them on here. So like if I were to click, let's go to the first one he has. Pretty simple. think I had the record for this one at one point. Oh, somebody beat me. Down to 19 seconds. Wow, that's crazy. But you'll see all these different people and different videos of them showing you how to use it in your program. So like I said, I use Onshape, but you'll see somebody's using IronCAD. We have SolidWorks. Some people use FreeCAD. You can see Fusion 360. Jonas is drawing it. I don't know what, not set or none. He hasn't set up his profile yet. Maybe he's doing it all on paper with a calculator or something. But you can see kind of where you rank, where you fall. And if you're like, wow, I want to get better at this, I wonder what Daniel, how he did it. Let's watch his video and go from there. So that's going to be how that mirror feature works. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I look forward to seeing you guys log on to Toby's website and try some of these challenges for yourself. Any free chance I get, I try to set some records, and I feel all high and mighty, and then I log back in the next day and somebody's already better than me. So it's pretty cool to see how much the community's grown in the last couple of years. But try this model, try it out. It's a great little one to show you how mirroring works. But that's going to do it for us. We'll take a look at next week. I think I'm going to jump into, we'll talk about the Boolean feature a little bit. From there, we'll go to split. Transform's a good one. We'll keep moving on down the list. But I know there's a lot of you guys out here who are teachers who have been using my packet. And I think I finally made the decision. I came up with the answer key, and I think now I'm going to do those individual practice assignment step-by-step guides, because there's too many people out there who don't all have my phone number or don't talk to me or see me on a regular basis. So I want to make sure that it's set up for everybody to be able to understand that way that packet's supposed to work. I know I've made some of those drawings frustrating on purpose to kind of break Onshape or to figure out how exactly these constraints and everything works with relation to one another. So if you have any questions about that packet, feel free to reach out to me. But like I said, stay tuned and look forward to those practice assignment drawings coming out in the future. So that's going to do it for us. Hope you guys have a good night. Take care.